Good afternoon and welcome to Schoolboy Row Field here in El Dorado, Arkansas for Game 3 of the South Arkansas Stars Fall World Series. Game 3 being played today after back-to-back wins by the visiting team. And both teams now with 3 pitchers apiece for tonight's game. And the game on Friday ending in a run rule in the 6th inning. And so both games so far have been won by a margin of 20 runs when combined. Managers trading lineups as we get set for first pitch. And it would appear the team in gold will be the home team. We've got a couple more minutes, but we'll be back for first pitch shortly. We get set for first pitch on the mound, number 7, Connor Pierce. Pierce getting the start here for game 3. Behind the plate is Ian McCubbin. At third base is Kenner Lauterbach, Alan Timmons at short, Tanner Mitchell at second, and Scooter Anderson at first base. In the outfield from left to right will be Tanner Powell, Ethan Kelly in center, and Owen Hudnall in right. And we are set for first pitch. In comes the leadoff hitter, Jet Hudnall. His little brother playing in right field right now. He'll lead things off here in game 3 as they'll look to complete a clean sweep 3-0. First pitch from Pierce on the way. Pitch is outside, ball 1. Fastball up and away. It's 2-0. Fastball swing and miss up in the zone. It's 2-1 now. Slider up and away, and that runs the count to 3-1 now for Hudnall at the plate. Fastball chest high, and it is ball 4 as Hudnall leads it off with a walk. And that'll bring in the center fielder, number 2, Ty Simonelli. Simonelli, the team captain, Now hitting. Runner on first, nobody out. Fastball fouled straight back by Simonelli. It'll be 0-1. Hudnall getting his lead at first base. We'll see if they want to try something with Pierce on the mound. Fastball down the middle, taken. 0-2 now. Oh two to Simonelli. Slider grounded to the first baseman. Anderson throws the second in time. Throw to first is not in time. It'll be a fielder's choice. One away, and Simonelli will trade places with Hudnall. That'll bring in the third baseman, number 17, Chase Irby. Irby steps in now. One away, runner on first. Runner takes off for second. The throw down is not in time as Simonelli slides into second safely on the pitch and called ball at home plate. So it's 1-0. Mitchell at second base holding the runner. Not playing too close to the bag, though. This one's flied up into right field. Hudnall running towards the line, and he's at the fence, and it drops right inside the fence. So it's a long strike. It'll be 1-1 for Irby as he walks back to the plate. And had Hudnall made the play, Simonelli certainly would have been moving up to third base. One on the way. Nobody close to Simonelli at second. Slider hauled inside to Irby on that one. It's 2-1. And Simonelli could get more if he wants to. He takes off for third on the low pitch. Throw down is not in time, and Simonelli swipes third base as well. And it is now a 3-1 count for Irby at home plate. We'll see if Irby can get him in here. High fastball, ball four, and there'll be runners at the corners with one away. And that'll bring in the cleanup hitter, number 21, Justin Szymanski. Szymanski playing first base tonight. First pitch, fly into right field. It's in fair territory. Hudnall appears to have settled under it and makes the grab. Runner heads home, and there'll be no play at the plate as they take a 1-0 lead here in the top of the first. Now batting number 39, Noah Smith. Two away, runner on first here. Fastball fouled off. Changeup, rather. Irby getting his lead at first. This one in the dirt, away from McCubbin, and Irby has an easy 90 feet as he moves up to second base. And it'll be a 1-1 count for Smith at home plate. Fastball fouled off as well, and it's 1-2 now. Pierce, one strike away from getting out of the inning. See if he wants to go soft away here. Fastball fouled straight back. Once again, it'll stay 1-2. Door slider gets him for strike 3. That brings an end to the inning. We'll head to the bottom half. The score 1-0 off of a sacrifice fly, and we'll be right back. And welcome back as we get ready for the bottom half of the first. On the mound, number 28, Jake Ryder. Ryder making his way back from Tommy John surgery. Just his second outing this fall. And he will face off against the leadoff hitter, Tanner Powell, for the gold team. First pitch. Fastball outside, 1-0. This one's popped up in the infield. Third baseman calls for it. Gardner calls him off at short, running in, and it's going to fall. And Powell's safe at second base. Powell's safe on the error. And that'll bring in the shortstop, Alan Timmons now. Nobody out. And Powell at second base. Timmons steps in. Jumping a little bit at second. And he steps off. They're going to have him. And the tag is in time. And Powell argues that he got under the tag. But Ryder and Gonzalez able to get him on the pit. So one away following the base running from Tanner Powell. And Timmons now bases empty. Another high pitch that time. It'll be 1-0 to Timmons. Swing and a miss. 0-2, or 1-1. This ball up once again. It'll be 2-1. Breaking ball grounded up the middle. Shortstop has it. The throw on the run is in time, says the first base umpire. 2 away. Gabe Keaton-Cooler, the first base umpire. Grant Simmons, the third base umpire today. 2 away. And in steps the catcher, Ian McCubbin. Fastball grounded to the second baseman. Gonzalez has it. The throw to first in plenty of time. And that brings it into the first inning. The score 1-0 as they go down 1-2-3 in the bottom half. We'll be back for the top of the second. And welcome back as we get ready for the top half of the second. And in steps the catcher, J.D. Zachary. Zachary, a transfer from SAU Tech, just 30 minutes down the road. And transferred this year. His younger brother, a freshman also at SouthArk, he pitched in game 2. First pitch from Pierce here in the second is high, 1-0. That one catches the zone. It'll be 1-1 on the changeup. This one foul tipped at home plate. It's 1-2 now for Zachary. Pierce ending the top of the ending the top of the first with a strikeout. And he'd like to start the second off the same way he ended the first. Swing and a miss, strike 3, 1 away. And that'll bring in the shortstop, Tanner Gardner. Gardner dropped the pop fly earlier in the game in the first inning. He'll look to try and do right by that here at the plate. Fastball inside, 1-0. It'll be 1-1 now to Gardner. This one's flyed up in the shallow right. Hudnall running in makes the call, and he settles under it for the second out. 2 away. And I'll bring in the second baseman, number 11, Carson Gonzalez. Gonzalez steps in with 2 away. First pitch slider high to him. It'll be 1-0. Fastball. 2-0 now. Slider high once again. And it's 3-0 to Gonzalez now. And Pierce got 2 quick outs to start the inning, but now falling behind the batter. And I believe Gonzalez hitting in the 9 hole as he lines this one out of reach of the shortstop into left field with a 2-out single. And now batting, the designated hitter, Zach Hunt. And Hunt hitting in the 9 hole, actually. Hudnall waiting in the on-deck circle. 2 away here in the top of the second. Runner on first. First pitch, called a ball. It'll be 1-0. High fastball. It'll be 2-0 now to Hunt. And calling balls and strikes just out of view of the camera is Coach Lester. He called balls and strikes for game 1. Runner takes off for second. The throw down is not in time as Gonzalez snags second base. And that last pitch called low. It's 3-0 now to Hunt. Mitchell holding Gonzalez at second base. See if they give Hunt the green light here with a 3-0 count. And it's high and away, ball 4. Back-to-back walks. Back-to-back base runners. And in steps the top of the order, Jet Hudnall. 2 away, runners at first and second. This one's lined back up the middle. Second baseman has it, and Mitchell steps on second base, and that brings an end to the top of the second. We head to the bottom half. Score still 1-0, and we'll be back for the bottom half. And welcome back for the bottom half of the second. Score still 1-0 as Jake Ryder's back out on the mound. And he will face the 4, 5, and 6. In steps the right fielder, Owen Hudnall. And in the field behind him today, J.D. Zachary behind the plate, Irby at third, Gardner at short, Gonzalez at second, and Samansky at first base. In the outfield from left to right is Jet Hudnall, Ty Simonelli, and Noah Smith. As that first pitch is low and away, it's 1-0. Swing and a miss on the fastball. It'll even up one apiece. Called high that time. It'll be 2-1. Breaking ball up in the zone, and it's now 3-1 to Hudnall at the plate. Fastball lined into right field towards the gap, and Smith has it, and it'll be a single to start the inning. In steps the center fielder, number 21, Ethan Kelly. Kelly steps in, runner on first, nobody out. And they'll have their first base runner of the ball game. First pitch called a strike on the off speed. It's 0-1. Fastball fouled straight back. It's now quickly an 0-2 count for Kelly at the plate. Swing and a miss on the pitch up in the zone. And that'll be the first out on 3 pitches. And in steps the third baseman, Kenner Lauterbach. Lauterbach coming in, 1 away. Hudnall gets his lead at first. Fastball back hook to first. It gets into right field. Smith luckily making his way into the infield. And the runner stays put at first. And I would believe it was called a strike at home plate. So it'll be an 0-1 count for Lauterbach. Changeup called strike up in the zone. It's 0-2 now. This one's fly down to right field. Smith running back, settles under it, makes the grab, 2 away as the runner retreats back to first base. And they'll bring in the first baseman, Scooter Anderson, with 2 out. Breaking ball popped up in the infield, shallow center. Simonelli runs in, and he makes the grab for the 3rd out. We'll head to the top of the 3rd. The score's still 1-0, and we'll be right back. And welcome back for the top half of the third. And in steps the team captain Ty Simonelli to start things off. Connor Pierce back on the mound for his third inning of work. Pitch on the outside, taken for a strike. It's 0-1. Slider lined into left field. Powell running back. It's out the wall in the corner. Simonelli rounds first, heads for second, and the throw is not in time. Simonelli is there to meet the throw, and he has a leadoff double here in the second. And now batting the third baseman, Chase Irby. Runner on second, nobody out. Hook off to second, and Mitchell able to block it and keep it at the bag. No tag, though, as Simonelli is back safely on a dive. Fastball rounded up the middle into center field. Simonelli rounds third, heads home. The throw from Kelly is not cut off. And Irby makes his way to second as they trade places on an RBI double. They take a 2-0 lead now here in the third with nobody out. In steps the first baseman, Justin Szymanski. And a step off from Pierce there. That'll be his one for the AB. The pitch to Szymanski. Fastball up, 1-0. Pitch knee high, taken for a strike that time. An even count, 1-1 to Szymanski. Slider flied out into left field. Powell settles under it, and he makes the grab, one away. Now batting the right fielder, Noah Smith, with one out, runner in scoring position. First pitch slider on the outside. It's 1-0 to Smith. This ball low that time. It'll be 2-0 to Pierce on the mound. Fastball on the outside, swing and a miss, 2-1. Fastball up, 2-2 count. Or 3-2. Fastball fouled straight back, and they'll repeat the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss on the breaking ball in the dirt. The throw down to first is high, and Anderson comes off the bag. And they're going to say that Smith tried to go to second after the errant throw, and so he's out on a tag. So there's a runner at third with 2 outs. And in steps the catcher, J.D. Zachary. First pitch, foul tip, 0-1. One doesn't find the zone. It's 1-1. Another pitch out of the zone. It's 2-1 now for Zachary. Nice ball up, and it's now 3-1 to Zachary. Fastball, swing and a miss. Full count. Payoff pitch coming up with 2 away. And Anderson playing well off of first base towards the second base hole. This one fouled straight back, and they'll repeat it. 3-2 once again. Fastball low, just below the knees, and it's a walk with 2 outs. Bases or runners at the corners, and that brings in the shortstop. But we will have time called as Gavin Murphy heads out to the mound. And looks like we will have a pitching change. So we will take a break and be right back. Now pitching number 29, Wyatt Gibson. He will be given a task here with 2 outs here in the 3rd inning. And in steps the shortstop, Tanner Gardner. Runner takes off early, and a check swing. 0-1 count, and Smith safe at second base. This one's lined in the right field. It gets down. Hudnall has it. They're going to round Smith, and he's rounding hard. Stays put at third. There'll be runners at the corners on the RBI single. And it is now 3-0. Now batting the second baseman, Carson Gonzalez. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. Runner takes off early, and he is safe at second on the stolen pitch. And they're going to try and throw out the runner at third, but he retreats safely. Runners at second and third with 2 outs. And that's 2 times in a row the runners at first have taken off early. Breaking ball stays up. It'll be a 1-0 count to start the AB to Gonzalez. Slider popped up into shallow left. Powell settles under it, and he makes the grab for the final out here in the top of the 3rd. We head to the bottom half. The score now 3-0 off an RBI single, and we'll be right back. And welcome back as we get set for the bottom half of the 3rd. New pitcher on the mound, number 3, Eli Callender. And he will get the 3rd inning here going as he faces off against Tanner Mitchell. Mitchell hitting in the 9-hole today. Mitchell squares around towards the first baseline. Pitcher has it. Flip to first is in time. 1 away on 1 pitch. And that'll bring in the top of the order. Tanner Powell stepping in, 1 out. This ball outside that time, 1-0. Fastball outside once again. It's 2-0 to Powell. Fastball outside still 3-0. Fastball fly out in the left field. Jet Hudnall running back towards the fence. And it is foul just outside the pole. And so he will have to walk back home. A 3-1 count waits for him as he was just a couple feet away from a home run. This one grounded to the first baseman. Szymanski smothers it. He steps on first, but a foul ball has been called. And that runs the count full, 3-2. Payoff pitch to Powell coming up with one away. Fastball outside, ball 4. And Powell heads down to first base with one away. Alan Timmons stepping up. Timmons comes up, runner on first, one away. We'll see if Powell wants to be as aggressive as the other team has been on the bases. Fastball up around chest high, called strike, 0-1. Fastball catches Timmons in the shoulder. He heads down to first base. There'll be runners at first and second now with one out. Now batting the catcher, Ian McCubbin. McCubbin steps in. One away here in the bottom half of the third. This ball blown away, 1-0. Gonzalez is holding the runner at second. He bails out. This one's tapped over the pitcher. Shortstop has it. Flip to second is in time. Throw to first is not in time. And Powell rounds third, heads home, and puts them on the scoreboard 3-1 on a fielder's choice. So 2 away, and that brings in the cleanup hitter, Owen Hudnall. And we'll have a courtesy runner as Timmons heads up to first base to take McCubbin's spot. 2 outs, runner at first, 1 run in already in this bottom half. The first pitch to Hudnall is high, 1-0. Fastball well outside. Zachary able to keep it in front of him. And it's a 2-0 count. Fastball in the zone, back hook to first, and Kutencooler says he's back in time. And it looks like the pitch at home plate was called a ball, so it's 3-0. Runner takes off, throw to second, not going to happen as that's ball 4. Runners at first and second, 2 out. And that brings in the center fielder, number 21, Ethan Kelly. Kelly stepping in. He will represent the go-ahead run here. Gonzalez holding Timmons. He bails out. And breaking ball, first pitch outside, 1-0. This one grounded over to the second baseman, and it's through into right field. Timmons rounding third, heads home. The throw home is not in time as Timmons is safe at home plate. And Kelly has an RBI single. Still runners at first and second now after that play. And the score now 3-2 as it's getting tight here in the middle innings. And now batting the third baseman, number 17, Kenner Lauterbach. Gonzalez not too close to the bag. He bails out. First pitch, breaking ball, called strike, 0-1. This one, a deep fly ball to center field. Simonelli running back. He's got room. Makes the grab for the final out. And we shall head to the top half of the fourth. The score is 3-2 after a 2-out rally, and we'll be back. Welcome back for the top half of the fourth. Wyatt Gibson back out on the mound. And he will face off against the 9-1-2 here in the top half of the fourth. In steps the designated hitter, Zach Hunt. First pitch breaking ball fouled at home plate. It's 0-1. Another breaking ball. This one's lined in the left center gap. Howell cuts it off. He's going to throw it into second base. And Hunt will stay put at first. A leadoff single here in the top of the fourth. That brings in the left fielder, Jet Hudnall. Hudnall steps in, runner on first, nobody out. First pitch fastball taken for a strike, 0-1. Fastball fouled straight back. It's quickly an 0-2 count. We'll see if Gibson can get a ground ball here. Breaking ball fouled up, out of play. It'll stay 0-2. Slider once again fouled off. Gibson trying to get him with a backdoor breaking ball. Hunt gets his lead at first base. He stays put. Another backdoor breaking ball fouled off. 5 straight strikes from Gibson, but still stuck at 0-2. And it looks like there's some action in the bullpen. Number 21, Jonah Davis, warming up. Another slider up. This one laid off. It's 1-2. The 1-2 to Hudnall on the way. Sliders foul tip held on to by McKevin, and that'll be the first foul on strike 3. That brings in the center fielder, Ty Simonelli. Simonelli had a double his last time up to the left center gap. He'll come up with 1 out, and Zach Hunt over there at first base. First pitch fastball inside, and it'll be 1-0 to start the AB. Breaking ball outside that time, and it'll be 2-0. Another slider, this one low in a way, and a 3-0 count for Simonelli at home plate. He's been on fire here in this series, maybe trying to pitch around him a little bit. High fastball, ball 4, and he will take the 4-pitch walk. Runners at first and second, 1 out. In steps the third baseman, Chase Irby. First pitch, breaking ball, swing. Lauterbach tags the runner heading to third. On the fielder's choice, 2 outs. And that'll bring in the cleanup hitter, the first baseman, Justin Szymanski, 2 outs. Runners at first and second. Mitchell holding the runner at second. Simonelli takes off. Throw down to second. Nobody's there. And Mitchell blocks it, keeps it in front of him. Both runners move up 90 feet. And pitch was called a strike at home plate. So it's an 0-1 count to Szymanski. 2 runners in scoring position and 2 away. Slider catches the back door, and it's now 0-2. See if Gibson wants to go back to it again here in an 0-2 count. And he does, but it is outside. It's 1-2 now. Slider swinging a miss on the back door, and nobody's home. It's strike 3, 3 down, and we'll head to the bottom half of the fourth. The score still 3-2. We'll be right back. Welcome back for the bottom half of the fourth, and Eli Callender back out on the mound. He'll face off against Scooter Anderson to start things off here in this bottom half. And Wyatt Gibson able to get out of a jam without surrendering a run. And that gives this offense a chance to try and take the lead here. This one grounded to the third shortstop. Gardner has it, throw across in time. 1 away. And that brings in the second baseman, Tanner Mitchell. Mitchell hitting in the 9-hole today. He'll come up with 1 away. First pitch, called strike on the inside. It's 0-1. Fastball low and inside. It's an even count, 1-1. High fastball. It's now 2-1 to Mitchell. And this one's popped up in the infield. Gardner calling for it at short, running in towards the grass of the turf. And he will make the grab. Redemption for the first inning error with 2 outs. And that brings in the top of the order. Tanner Powell stepping in, 2 away. And the sun's starting to go down on the trees. The shadows starting to cover center and left field as that first pitch is low and in the dirt, 1-0. Gardner having to play some shadows at short, and the same with Lauterbach at third base. And this one's lined into center right at Simonelli, and he makes the grab without having to move for the third out. We head to the top of the fifth, the score 3-2. Welcome back for the top half of the fifth. Wyatt Gibson back out on the mound as we get set to resume play. And he'll face off against the 5, 6, and 7 as Noah Smith steps in to lead things off here in the fifth inning. And Jonah Davis still in the bullpen. He'll likely be the next pitcher out, whenever that may be. First pitch outside and up. It's 1-0. Breaking ball in the dirt. Smith lays off of it. It's a 2-0 count now. Slider swinging a miss in the dirt, and a 2-1 count now for Smith as Gibson gets him to chase low. 2-1 count to start the AB this inning. Another slider, this one fouled down the third baseline, and that runs the count even, 2-2, as Gibson able to even it up. This one's lined into right center, and Hudnall makes a diving grab in the gap for the first out. And a great diving play by Hudnall. He's retired the first hitter as we now see J.D. Zachary stepping up to the plate with one out. First pitch breaking ball on the outside, taken for a strike. 0-1. And Gibson really pounding the breaking ball away. And same pitch, this time a little outside. It's 1-1. And hopefully the hitters are starting to see a pattern of attack here. Breaking ball up, 2-1. 3 straight Breaking balls from Gibson here. And right now, this half inning looks more like he's been throwing a curveball. As he throws a fastball up and away, evens it up 2-2. And wouldn't be surprised to see him go back to the curveball away after the fastball in that same tunnel. He does, and it's grounded past the third baseman into left field. Powell sits on it, and he has it. Zachary, a one-out single. That brings in the shortstop, Tanner Gardner, and we're going to have a courtesy runner for the catcher, JD. Noah Smith coming in to run the bases. One out. And Gardner steps in. Gardner squares around, goes, and the back pick to first is not in time as a throw offline, and Scooter unable to keep a handle of it and tags Smith on his way back. It's a 0-1 count for Gardner. And so far in this game, they've been using him to try and manufacture some runs and move some guys over. So starting to see the same thing here in this AB. Breaking ball right down the middle, taken for a strike. It's 0-2. Gardner squares early. He pulls back and takes the breaking ball on the outside. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And there's two away. That brings in the second baseman, Carson Gonzalez. Gonzalez steps in, 2 outs, and Smith getting his lead at first base. First pitch breaking ball, this time low and in. It's 1-0. Runner takes a couple steps that time, and the pitch is low. It's 2-0. Breaking ball, swing and a miss as it's over the plate. It's a 2-1 count. Breaking ball high that time. 3-1 count for Gonzalez. Fastball grounded between the first and second baseman into right field. And they're going to hold the runner's play station to station here with 2 outs. So we've got runners at first and second now, 2 away. And that brings in the 9-hole Zach Hunt with 2 outs. And we'll take this time now. After this game, shortly thereafter at the gym on campus, the men's basketball team will be playing East Central. And we'd urge you to go out and support the men's basketball team. Breaking ball outside to start the AB. It's 1-0. The entire Stars baseball team will be in attendance to support. One 0 count here for Gibson on the mound. Smith takes off early to third. He's going to be safe by a mile. And Gonzalez also moves up 90 feet. Runners at second and third now, and it's a 1-1 count after that pitch. And Smith got an incredible jump that time. Breaking ball inside corner, knee high, taken for strike 2. And Hunt now behind 1-2 in the count. Timmons heading over to the 6 hole. Mitchell not holding the runner at second either. And Anderson playing deep into the second base hole away from the line. Gibson comes set, the 1-2. Breaking ball outside corner, and it is outside. Evens the count 2-2 for Hunt. And this one grounded foul down the third baseline as the third base coach, Logan Gibson, just barely able to get out of the way of it. Things will stay 2-2. And as you can see, the shadows now making their way between the pitching mound and home plate. So another factor for the hitters to have to overcome. Swing and a miss on the fastball, and that brings it into things here in the top of the 5th. Score stays 3-2, and we'll be right back for the bottom half. Welcome back for the bottom half of the 5th. Eli Callender back out on the mound. And he had a quick bottom half to the 4th. He'll face the 2, 3, and 4 to get things started here in the 5th. And in steps the shortstop, number 1, Alan Timmons. Fastball up that time, 1-0. Fastball up once again, a 2-0 count to Timmons to start the inning. This one's flied up into center field, and Simonelli running in makes the call, and he will make the grab for the first out as he flips it to the first baseman, Justin Szymanski. 1 away, and that brings in the catcher, number 20, Ian McCubbin. First pitch breaking ball up to start the AB. It's 1-0. This one's lined into center field. Simonelli running back. It's off the wall, and McCubbin stays put at first base. And that was a frozen rope to right center. and McCubbin having to stay put at first base because of it. And we're going to have a pinch runner, or a courtesy runner for McCubbin. Alan Timmons makes his way over. Runner on first, one out, and in steps the cleanup hitter, the right fielder, Owen Hudnall. And Hudnall had a diving play in the gap earlier in the ball game, saved a run. First pitch, breaking ball outside. 1-0. The 1-0 from Callender. Fastball outside, gets away from Zachary, and Timmons moves up 90 feet. And still just a one-run ball game, so Timmons representing that tying run and now in scoring position. And Jonah Davis appears to have completed his warm-up in the bullpen. He'll be coming in shortly by the looks of it. The 2-0 to Hudnall. Fastball low. 3-0 count. Hudnall likely to be hunting fastball here. Something he can drive in the gap. He is, but a swing and a miss on the fastball. It's 3-1. This one tapped to the third baseman. Irby throws across. It's in time. Timmons heads for third, and it gets by the third baseman. Timmons scores easily, and we now have a tie ball game off a throwing error from first base by Justin Szymanski. He brings in the center fielder now with 2 outs, Ethan Kelly. This one fouled off on the fastball, out of play. It's 0-1. 2 outs here in the bottom half of the fifth. Fastball up over Kelly's head. It's 1-1. Looks like the Shadows now have completely reached over most of the field except for first base and right field. And the breaking ball that time also inside. It's 2-1. Fastball off the hands, fouled out of play. A 2-2 count now for Kelly. Breaking ball line fouled on the third base side. And it'll stay all tied up, 2-2. Slider low and away. Kelly lays off of it, runs the count full. Payoff pitch coming up with 2 outs. Fastball low, and a 2-out walk here in the bottom half of the fifth. And we're going to have time called while Ryan Ursley heads out to the mound. We'll take a quick break and be right back. Welcome back as we get set to resume play. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. And in steps the third baseman, Kenner Lauterbach. Runner on first, 2 outs. And first pitch is low and inside. It's 1-0. Runner takes off, throw down to second. It is not in time as Kelly reaches second base safely on a bang-bang play. And it's now a 2-0 count for Lauterbach at the plate. Gonzalez holding the runner at second. Gardner, the shortstop, playing in the hole. Gonzalez bails out. That one's off the batter. It'll be a 2-1 count. The 2-1 from Callender. Fastball just below the knees. 3-1. This one's tapped over to the shortstop. Gardner has it. The throw to first in time. And we will head to the top of the 6th the same way we started this ball game, all tied up. And we'll be back for the top half of the 6th after this. Welcome back as we get ready to resume play here in the top of the 6th. Now pitching number 22, Gray Fisher. Fisher, the team captain on his side of things. He'll be given the ball here in the late innings of Game 3 and a tie ball game. Swing and a miss on a first pitch breaking ball. It's 0-1. Another first pitch breaking ball, this time laid off. It's 1-1, and Fisher facing the 1, 2, and 3 out of the bullpen. Fastball inside, 2-1. The 2-1 from Fisher on the way. Fastball low, 3-1 now. Fastball, swing and a miss from Hundle, and that runs the count full. 3-2. Payoff pitch coming up. Changeup down the middle, taken for strike 3 to start the inning, 1 away. And in steps the center fielder Ty Simonelli as we have a captain versus captain matchup. First pitch fastball inside, swing and a miss. 0-1. Fisher set to deliver once again. Fastball below the knees, it evens up 1-1. This one's lined into left field. Powell heading back. It's off the top of the fence. And Simonelli rounds first, heads for second. And another double here tonight. His second of the ball game. And he will be aboard with 1 out here in the late innings. And Simonelli gets the best of that matchup between the captains. And now batting the third baseman, number 17, Chase Irby. First pitch breaking ball. Big swing and a miss. 0-1. Another breaking ball, this time high, laid off of it. It's 1-1. Mitchell holding the runner at second base. And another breaking ball, this time low and in. And it's now 2-1 for Irby at home plate. Sun beginning to go down and the lights just now coming on here at the field. And a hit by pitch. And Simonelli heads back to second. Irby heads his way to first base. And now batting the cleanup hitter, Justin Szymanski. First pitch breaking ball, called strike, knee high. It's 0-1. We'll see what Szymanski does here. Nobody holding the runner at second base. And that pitch is low. It's 1-1. Mitchell coming in at second. And now starting to hold Simonelli. Although Simonelli treating it like there's little danger with how close Mitchell is to the bag. Fastball low and away, 2-1. This one fouled straight back on the curveball. And Szymanski just missed that one. And everybody in his dugout knows it. Pickoff move to second, no throw. And first baseman doesn't cover first. So it's a 2-2 count, 1 away. Runners at first and second. Simonelli heads off. And a big fly from Szymanski, foul out of play. And they'll redo it. Still 2-2 as the runners head back to their bases. So another 2-2. Simonelli takes off again. This time popped up. And once again out of play. And they'll redo it again. Kickoff move to second, and the tag not in time as Simonelli makes it back standing. The 2-2 to Szymanski. Simonelli takes off again on a high fastball, and this time no throw as both runners move up 90 feet, and it runs the count full, 3-2. Still just one out here in the top of the sixth, and a chance to reclaim the lead here in the late innings. Infield coming into play on the grass. Szymanski pops this one up in the infield, and Anderson calls for it, and he will make the grab, 2 away. That brings in the right fielder, Noah Smith, with 2 outs and the chance to give his team the lead late. First ball fouled off, out of play, 0-1 to start the AB. Fastball outside, taken, 1-1. High for a strike. And it's now 1-2 to Smith at home plate. And Fisher 1 strike away from getting out of the jam. And it started out when Simonelli hit a double with 1 out. Curveball, swing and a miss, strike 3. And a big-time strikeout from the captain, Fisher. We head to the bottom half of the 6th, still tied 3-3. Welcome back for the bottom half of the sixth, and a new pitcher on the mound, number 21, Jonah Davis. He'll have the 8, 9, and 1 to deal with here in the bottom of the sixth. In steps the first baseman, Scooter Anderson. And first pitch slider taken for a strike, 0-1. Another slider, this time swing and a miss. And it's 0-2. Slider, swing and a miss on 3 straight, and there's 1 out. And that brings in the second baseman, Tanner Mitchell. 3 straight sliders from Davis out of the bullpen, and he's got his first strikeout tonight. And he'll likely be trying to see this thing through to the end. Fastball, giving a ride deep. You can put it on the board. Yes.
I got a whole lot of money. Y'all it for me. Bottle keep popping that water bad. Jacking. It's a party, it's a party, it's a party.
And with that solo shot, Tanner Mitchell puts his team ahead for the first time in this series, 4-3. One out, and now the top of the order, Tanner Powell stepping in. First pitch outside, 1-0. Fastball line foul down the third base side, out of play. 1-1. Slider on the outside, swing and a miss. 1-2 count now for Davis. We'll see if he goes back to it here. Zachary calling for the high fastball, swing and a miss. And his second strikeout of the night, 2 away. Good response after the solo shot. And he'll now face off against the shortstop, Alan Timmons, with 2 outs. First pitch to Timmons. Slider popped up and out of play, 0-1. Fastball on the outside. Evens the count up, 1 apiece. Slider inside corner taken for a strike. It's 1-2 now. Davis having success with the slider here in this inning. The 1-2 on the way. This one going to the first baseman. Szymanski has it, steps on first, and we will now head to the top of the 7th. And the Spudnuts now lead 4-3 for the first time, and we'll be back. Welcome back for the top of the seventh, and Gray Fisher back out on the mound here. And leading things off will be the catcher, J.D. Zachary. And Fisher and his team just took the lead off a solo shot from Tanner Mitchell, the freshman from Smackover. And the first pitch fastball this inning is low and away, 1-0. Breaking ball in the dirt, 2-0 now. And I do believe there's just one more pitcher here for this ball game. Seth Gray warming up in the bullpen. Fastball, swing and a miss on the outside. It's 2-1. Fastball on the inside, and it is called a ball. 3-1 now. This ball popped up to the first base side in foul territory, and it's going to fall out of play as Anderson reaches the fence, and that runs the count full. 3-2. Payoff pitch on the way. Fastball up, and they're going to appeal down to first base. He did not go, and that's ball 4. Leadoff walk here in the top of the seventh, and that brings in the shortstop, Tanner Gardner. Gardner squares around early once again, but pulls back. It's 1-0. And a good strategy from Gardner. He's had some success squaring early as it's messed with the pitchers on the first couple of pitches in the AB. Squares around again, and this one's fouled off. Evens the count, 1-1. And looks like Fisher, if Gardner is going to square around again, he's going to try and go outside where he has to push it down the first baseline. The 1-1 to Gardner on the way. And this one's a deep drive. Way out of here. Off the scoreboard. And he puts him ahead 5-4.
Whole lot of money. Y'all it for me. Bottle keep popping that water bad. Jacking. It's a party, it's a party, it's a party.
And with that, Gardner crosses home plate and gives his team a 5-4 lead. And Gray Fisher having flashbacks to his last Fall World Series where he gave up a walk-off grand slam. That brings in Carson Gonzalez. Fastball flied up into center field. Kelly running in, and he makes the grab on the run for the first out, 1 away. And now batting the designated hitter, Zach Hunt. Fastball up in the zone, swinging a foul tip, 0-1. Fastball low and away, swinging a miss. 0-2 now for Fisher. Curveball lined into center field. Kelly running and settles under it for the second out. 2 away. Now the top of the order, Jet Hudnall stepping in. Fastball on the outside, taken for a strike. It's 0-1. Fastball up in the zone, evens up, 1-1. Fisher moving quick, and Fisher moving a little too quick that time as the hitter wasn't ready. So it's 1-1. Curveball down the middle for a strike, 1-2. And Hudnall down to his final strike here. Fastball high and away, 2-2. The 2-2 from Fisher. Fastball grounded between the shortstop and third baseman, and Powell has it in left field. Hudnall heads over to second on a lazy throw from left field. And Hudnall now standing at second base off some good base running and lackadaisical fielding from the left fielder. And we're going to have time called. We'll take a break and be right back. Score now 5-4. Welcome back. And Fisher staying in the game. He'll face off against Ty Simonelli. Simonelli hit a double off of him his last time facing Fisher. Runner on second, 2 outs. Fastball outside, 1-0. And the shortstop playing right behind second base, playing into the shift a little bit. Swing and a miss on the breaking ball. Evens up 1-1. And Hudnall heads for third. The tag at third base is in time, says third base umpire. And we will now head to the bottom half of the seventh. It all comes down to this. Seth Gray on the mound. Welcome back for the bottom half of the seventh. And on the mound still is Jonah Davis. He'll get to start things off here in the bottom of the seventh. And looks like they're going to keep Seth Gray in reserve should he be needed. And Davis will face off against the 3, 4, and 5, the heart of the lineup here in the bottom of the seventh. And it all comes down to this as McCubbin steps in. Davis on the mound looking to complete the sweep of the series. First pitch slider, deep drive to left, and Hudnall calls for it. And Simonelli makes the play for the first out. One out on the fly out, and in steps Owen Hudnall. First pitch is outside, 1-0. Fastball caught a bit of the strike zone up and away. It's 1-1. Slider fouled off, and it's 1-2 now for Hudnall at the plate. One away here in the bottom of the seventh. This one grounded to the third baseman, and it's going to be in fair territory. And Hudnall will be safe. Slider on the inside, called strike, 0-1. Pick to first, and Szymanski able to handle it. No tag as Hudnall dives back to the bag. And the fastball that time runs in and hits Kelly. 1-2. Runners at first and second with one out. And now batting the third baseman, Kenner Lauterbach. And it looks like they're going to leave him out there. One out. This one fouled at home plate off the batter. It's 0-1. Oh, 1 count to Lauterbach at home plate. He has the chance to play hero, the tying run in scoring position. Crashes towards the bag, pulls out, and the slider low and in, called strike, 0-2. The 0-2 to Lauterbach. Slider inside, back pick to first, and they get Kelly on a back pick. 2 away, and a big back pick at that for Zachary. It's a 1-2 count now. 2 away, runner at second. And if there wasn't pressure now, there's certainly pressure on Lauterbach as they're down to their final out. 1 out away from completing a clean sweep here in the Fall World Series. Slider grounded to the third baseman. Irby throws across. It's in time, and that's the ball game. Final score 5-4, and there they are. Man, there they are. Three 3-0 in the Fall World Series. And looks like we will continue play. And we're going to continue play here as there is one more pitcher that needs work. Seth Gray. And there he is. He will get his work in here. And we'll be right back for the top half of the 8th. From back for the top half of the 8th, now pitching number 19, Seth Gray. And Gray will be facing off against the Spankies here. He will have the 2, 3, and 4 as Ty Simonelli steps up to hit. First pitch from Gray is low and away. It's 1-0. This one's fouled straight back. It's 1-1 now to Simonelli at home plate. Fastball outside, called strike. It's 1-2. Simonelli squaring early, pulls back. Fastball outside. It's 2-2. And this one's a long fly ball deep to left center. It's going to be off the netting. Kelly has it, and it's going to be thrown in to Timmons on the way to third base. And Simonelli, another double here today, his third of the ball game. And at this point, just don't pitch to him. And now batting the third baseman, Chase Irby. Nobody out, runner at second. Simonelli takes off on the breaking ball, and he's safe on the no throw. And it's a called strike at home plate. It's 0-1, runner at third, nobody out. And we'll see if Irby can get him in here early in the AB. Breaking ball up, 1-1. Breaking ball grounded foul down the third base side. It's 1-2. Swing and a miss on the breaking ball away. Strike 3, 1 out. Now batting the first baseman, Justin Szymanski. Szymanski steps in. First pitch curveball taken for a strike, 0-1. Another curveball down the middle, also taken for a strike. It's 0-2 now, quickly in the AB. 1 out. And the insurance run just 90 feet away. And this one's fouled off his foot, and foul ball has been called. And the rest of the fielders thought it was a fair ball. Still 0-2 to Szymanski at home plate. And that one bounces towards home plate. And Simonelli steals home on the pass ball. And he'll do it himself. Score now 6-4. The 1-2 to Szymanski, 1 out, and 1 run already come in to score this half inning. Swing and a miss on the slider low. And 2 away. Now batting the right fielder, number 39, Noah Smith. First pitch fastball's fouled off at home plate. It's 0-1. Curveball that time is high. It's 1-1. Swing and a miss on the pitch away. It's now 1-2 to Smith at home plate. 2 away here for Gray on the mound. Curveball runs in and hits him. It's a 2-out hit by pitch. And that brings in the catcher, J.D. Zachary now. 2 away, runner on first. And Smith heads over to third. Zachary safe at second. A double just outside the range of Tanner Powell as he heads towards the fence. Runners at second and third now with 2 outs, and we have a courtesy runner, Justin Szymanski, coming to run bases for Zachary at second base. And that'll bring in the shortstop, Tanner Gardner, who went deep his last time up to give his team the lead. It's time to back up, outfield. Two runners in scoring position, 2 away. First pitch curveball up, 1-0. Curveball in the dirt, and he goes around on it. And it's now a 1-1 count to Gardner at home plate. Swing and a miss on the slider away. It's now 1-2 to Gardner. We'll see if Gray goes back to his breaking ball here. Curveball in the dirt, gets by him. Smith heads home, and no play as a run does come in to score. And Szymanski moves up to third base. It's now 2-2 at the plate with 2 outs, and the score is now 7-4 as they've now plated 2 runs here in this half inning. The 2-2 to Gardner. On the inside, strike 3. That brings an end to this top half. And it would appear that that's the ball game. Your final score, 7-4. We'd like to thank you for joining us, and remember to go support the men's basketball team tonight as they play East Central. Thank you for joining us tonight, and the Spankies complete a 3-0 sweep here in the Fall World Series.